Hi, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to divide whole numbers using an area model. And so in this particular video, we're just going to have one-digit divisors. So let's start with our first problem. 432 as our dividend divided by our divisor of 4. And so we're trying to find our quotient. So this time we're going to do it with an area model. And if you think back to an area model, the big number, so the bulk of the work is going to be done inside the box. And so this is how you're going to set up an area model for division. And so our factors, so what we multiplied would go on the outside and the total would go here. With division, you just work backwards. So I'm going to put my 4 on this side, and then I'm going to put my 432 here. Okay, as my starting point. So the first thing I need to do is figure out if 4 can be divided into 4. And we know that it can, or if we can think about it this way. So 4 can go into 432, we know right away, 100 times. 4 times 100 is 400. And then we're going to subtract and have 32 left over. Okay, so then we're going to draw a line and move our 32 up here. Okay, so this is one of our partial quotients that we'll use at the end to find our final quotient. So now, how many times will 4 go into 32? We know 4 will go into 32 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32, so we're going to subtract that, and we're going to get 0. When you get to 0 here, or a number that is smaller than your divisor, then you are finished. So now we're going to add up both of our partial quotients, and we're going to get 108. So our quotient is 108. We know that division is the inverse operation of multiplication. So we can check our division problem by multiplying our quotient times our divisor. So we're going to multiply 108 times 4, and we would hopefully get 432. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3. 4 times 1 is 4. So our answer did check out. So the correct answer for 432 divided by 4 is 108, and this is how you would solve it with an area model. So let's look at another example. This time, we're going to be doing a problem that has a remainder or some left over. So we're going to be dividing 782 divided by 6, and we're looking for our quotient. So again, we're going to start with our big box. We're going to put our divisor on the outside, and then we're going to start with our dividend here. One thing I like to do is just to kind of think about these digits one at a time. So I know that 6 will go into 7 because 7 is larger than 6. So I'm just going to circle the 7 here. I know 6 will go into 7 one time, and then I can put 2 placeholders to hold my place. There are 2 digits that I didn't circle or that I wasn't putting the 6 into, so I can put those at the top to hold my place. And so then I'm just going to multiply this number, 6, times the partial product or partial quotient that I found. So 6 times 100 is 600, and that's what I'm going to subtract. Okay. Then when I subtract, I get 281, 182. So I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to draw an arrow and move that up. So now I'm dividing 6 into 182. Well, 6 will not go into 1 because 1 is smaller than 6, but 6 can go into 18. So I'm going to circle my 18, and then I'm going to think, how many times will 6 go into 18? Well, I know that 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to put a 3 here with one smiley face or one placeholder, 1 0 to hold my place, because there's one number that I didn't circle. And so now I'm just going to multiply. We know 6 times 3 is 18 with one placeholder or one smiley face to hold your place. So then we can subtract. 182 minus 180 is 2. Now, 6 will not go into 2. So 2 is our remainder, or what we have left over. So to find my quotient, I'm going to add up my partial quotients. So that's going to be 130. And I'm going to have a remainder of 2. So I have 2 left over. So 130 remainder 2 is my quotient. Now I need to multiply to check. So I'm going to multiply 130 times 6, and then I'm going to add 2 and hopefully get to 782. So 130 times 6. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 780, and then we have to add the 2 that we had as a remainder. So then we get 782, which was our dividend. So the correct answer, or quotient, is 130 remainder 2, and this is how you solve that problem with an area model. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up by doing one more problem, and in this problem we have a larger dividend. So this time we're going to divide 2,646 divided by 3. And we're just going to take it in small steps, just like we did previously. So we're going to start by drawing our area model box and putting our divisor on the outside. We're going to put our dividend inside right here. Okay, I'm going to actually make this a little bit bigger to make sure that I have plenty of room to work. I don't want to run out of space, so I can keep everything nice and neat. All right. So I start by thinking, well, will 3 go into 2? No, 2 is smaller. So I'm going to circle the 26. 3 will go into 26. How many times will 3 go into 26? So let's think. 3 times 8 is 24. So it'll go in 8 times with 2 smiley faces to hold my place, or 2 placeholders. 2 numbers that were not circled. So then we're going to subtract. We said 3 times 8 was 24 with 2 placeholders. We're going to have 6, 4, and 2. So 246 is what we have left. So we're going to move that up to the top. And so now I see, will 3 go into 2? No. But we know 3 will go into 24. So 3 will go into 24 8 times again. So 3 times 8 is 24. Oh, but we can't forget our placeholder. So we're going to subtract it just like this and have 6 left over. Now this 6 is going to move to the top. We know that 3 will go into 6 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. And we're going to have 0 left over. So we know that we're done. Now we need to add up our partial quotients to get our final answer. 800 plus 80 plus 2 is going to give us a quotient of 882. Now we need to multiply this quotient by this divisor to hopefully get this dividend. So 882 times 3. Let's check and see. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 is 26, 2,646. And so our answer was correct. So that is how you use an area model to solve whole number division problems. In the next video that I'm going to make, I'm going to show you how to do this same thing, but with 2-digit divisors instead of 1. Stay tuned.